Well, hello there, everybody. Merry Christmas. Well, we've had Christmas, but I hope you had a good Christmas. Happy New Year. Welcome back to the Heed On Me podcast. Lots of talking points today. But before we go any further, we always like to thank our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, and it's that way. Nearly forgot. It's been a while. And our partners, Patrick. And of course, I think since our last broadcast, Northern Print Solutions have renewed their sponsorship and they've been able to continue us broadcasting like we do. So we'd like to say a big thank you to them. So really do follow them on social media. It's over 10 years now they've been powering us, and it's absolutely fantastic stuff. We've got Davey here. Mickey was with us before we got a phone call, so hopefully he'll be back on. One second, I'm going to cough. Apologies.
Happy New Year, Davey. Happy New Year.
I've got myself a little bit of whiskey and lemonade. I know that's probably sacrilege to some people that I've put in whiskey. But yeah, we've got lots of messages coming in. It's that time of year when, as I say, I put in the info of this, or the description, that the transfer market opened up for the Football League. There's been rumours. It's happening. It's always going to happen when you're playing well, and we'll get into that a little bit sooner. But we've got Harry. He sent this at 6:30. He couldn't wait. So thank you, Harry. Ken Webster. Hi, chaps. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Congratulations to Northern Beast Media. Of course, he's officially going to be doing the adverts for the club on a match day, which is absolutely fantastic. And also watch this space for something coming from Patrick as well with Northern Beast Media. We've got Happy New Year, everybody. We've got all the messages are coming in. Happy New Year, says Boiler Sports. Evening, Happy New Year, lads. Thank you very much. We've got Patrick's story. Everyone's putting the Happy New Year's in, and we'd like to say, hope that you have had a good New Year, football aside. It's always going to kick you in the nuts, isn't it? There's Trina, the gorgeous Trina. She's put Happy New Year, lads. And we've got more of them, which we'll get into shortly. Football side, of course, Boxing Day, hard-fought draw against York City, where we dominated. Dare I say, 70% of the possession.
Davey, can we not start on a high? Can we not start off with Oldham and then sort of go down a bit?
Well, still. Of course, we had the Oldham game as well. That was a great result. But a possible, 4 points from 9. Not the worst case scenario. You would have hoped for better with maybe, getting them early points away to Oldham. You would have hoped that maybe we could have got 3 points at home on Boxing Day. It wasn't to be. We'll get into that. I mean, I can put this up here while we're there. I mean, the Boxing Day game, you made it down up for that one. Sorry, from where you are, and frustrating but an entertaining game at the same time, Davey.
It was, yeah. It was a bit frustrating. It had at times a bit of the Halifax feel about it, sort of York.
I was just looking at how many players they had embedded in the box to try and, for us to try and thread through. We had our chances, though.
We did open them up a bit more than we did against Halifax. As you said, we had chances. It was just frustrating, wasn't it? It was a frustrating game.
It was. And much like Halifax, they were regimented in their formation. They didn't let anyone move, didn't push out, didn't give us them chances. We really had to work to get the half chances that we got.
But it was interesting, wasn't it? Didn't Colin Cooper watch us against Halifax? So he was basically spying on us from a York point of view, and it felt the sort of knew how to contain us.
Field here, and
that's a good
strike from the angle the ball come in, the way it's set up for him. But
I think we were a bit frustrated with that number 2 because he just seemed to get the run of the park, didn't he? He wasn't picked up in a lot of the attacks.
He was one of their better players. So let's be honest. He got up and down that right hand flank with ease, didn't he? And it goes in position. But I mean, there's chances. We had chances. We hit the woodwork as well in this game.
First half, that's right.
But hey, I mean, I'll share something else as well that we've got at the moment is the league table. Once we've got this, we're still sitting in 5th place at the moment. And I think if anyone in the beginning of the season, you would have snapped the hands off for that.
I think it shows you how far we've come as a football club. We are disappointed to draw at home to York. We walk away gutted. You know what we are. We should be beating the likes of York.
I've got a little clip that you sent me from York's ground on yesterday. And the caliber of the team that we're up against, the size of the crowd, and the noise and the stadium. We're playing against big boys here. Let's be honest. And little Gateshead are just plugging away in there. It's always a battle, and we'll get into that later on. But the club does keep plugging away. and by hook or by crook, they keep going. And we've got some messages here. Put it. Oh, hang on.
We're such a good footballing team as well, you know. We keep on talking about it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we sort of turned the screw a bit here, didn't we?
Yeah, I'll put a couple of messages up while we're talking here. Obviously, Liv,
Liv,
Walden's, Darren's back as well. Who's Christmas dinner. I hope it was fantastic for you. Charles Watt as well. Happy New Year, lads. But yeah, it was a frustrating game. But it kept you on the edge of your seat. You weren't bored watching it because you were thinking, "Are we going to score this time?" You know, it's like,
yeah, that's right, absolutely. It felt we were going to score, unlike the Halifax game. Offside. I was thinking, when did they score the second? But
yeah, we stuck to it. I mean, he was off, but yeah, look, they were very good. They're clinical, and I think it was the same yesterday, wasn't it? They took the chances when they got them, and that's the difference at the moment.
And I think they've tightened up. They've become actually a better side. You know, York in general.
He's no mug.
So they're not going to go down. Let's put it that way. You know, on the performance I've seen over 2 games at home and yesterday. And
of course, they've just done some transfer business today. We'll mention it now. Billy Chadwick, about an hour and a half ago, was confirmed as a permanent signing for York City. He was recalled from his loan, as they obviously had received a bid from York City. They've accepted it, and he is now a permanent York City player, having left Stockport County and, of course, ourselves. So all the best to Billy Chadwick.
Yeah, good luck to him.
Good luck to him. Oh, this is it here. Look at this.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard your commentary for this, Davey. What was it like?
Oh, I was screaming. As soon as it left his foot, you knew. And I've got not an awful habit, but because of the way that we play and the way we get the ball in the box, I'll ask the question, can he finish it? And I don't want that to be my catchphrase, because I've said it a few times, but it's because we get the ball in these areas and there's time for the shot. So, yeah. But no, Billy Chadwick has gone for pastures new. So just hopefully he does all right there. Probably.
Yeah, good luck to him. You know, he had
a tough start. Denanga was scoring all those goals, and when he came in, it wasn't always the greatest performance. But he did have that great cameo.
He did.
Full match against
who were playing
Dorking, wasn't it? So just thought this one might have snuck through when they shot it off there. But
by the way, the belief, like when we equalised there, the belief was there that we could win the game, which was you could see it in the players, you know, and obviously the fans as well. We believe we could go on, and we just ran out of time. Unfortunately, we only had about 10 minutes left and 8 minutes left. But yeah, so I've got Mickey back. Messages.
No messages. Mickey isn't back yet. Hopefully, he does come back on. We've got good evening, David, Mickey, and Steely. The Northeast answer to Jimmy Gallagher and Happy New Year. I think that must be because of your shirt collar there.
I always do have my shirt collars up, but that's mainly for work. Anyway, long story.
Is that for the bird poo down the neck?
It is one of the reasons, actually. Absolutely.
I'll digress. I remember once when I was about 12, I was at my auntie's house and I was talking to my uncle. And there was just this massive splat, and it was a seagull that pooped on the back of his head, but it hit him with such force. It was like a clap, the noise. So, yeah. My God, Happy New Year from an Oldham fan. Thank you very much, Chris Butcher. Thank you for sending us a message.
They've had 2 good wins. 2 good wins against Hartlepool.
They've turned it around, haven't they? They're right outside the playoffs. Thanks, lads. Got some belters coming up. That's for the match. The advertisements, the digital, be fantastic. Saw Mickey in the pub the other day and gave me a Heed Ladies badge. Thanks, Mickey. Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Louise,
we need a cardboard cutout of Mickey. That's
we do. We definitely. Louise just put evening, lads. Happy New Year, and get well soon, Louise. I'll tell you a little story. I got talking to her on Boxing Day. Her and her good husband were meant to be going on a cruise just before Christmas. And nice. She wanted to get there safely, so she asked her son to carry the bags down the stairs so she didn't injure herself. Went back upstairs and tripped over a drawer that had been left out and dislocated her shoulder. So unfortunately she didn't get to go on a cruise, but at least she got to see the 1-all draw with
Louise. That's bad luck. Oh my goodness.
Chris, but got to say you played us off the park. We seem to do that with most teams. It's just when we get the goal in the back of the net, that's the thing. But I'm a regular watcher of the Boundary Park alert system, the phone-in show. So I like to send messages in there. So it's nice to have an Oldham fan messaging back.
Yeah.
Got to say, who needs a new striker when you've got Louis Story? Of course, he's embracing that Beckenbauer role at the moment. He's having a bit of freedom, isn't he? And something that I noticed on Bank Holiday Monday, Boxing Day, and I don't know if it happened yesterday. It's hard to tell with their commentary. That we seem to have a plan B at the moment. We change our formation, seem to push a little bit more forward, and that seemed to be the case yesterday with Louis, didn't it?
Yeah, same. Well, it happened with against Oldham as well. In fact, he scored the second, he scored the winner, and that's exactly right. Yeah. So yeah, we seem to have this plan B because we always talked about it. We seem a bit more direct at times as well. When we need to. I noticed Archie Mayer was whacking the ball a few times yesterday. It wasn't just sort of coming out the back. So yeah, it's nice to see that we can mix it up. I mean, we need to, because clubs are, Halifax particular, but York has sort of sussed us out a little bit. And we've got to come up with a plan B. So,
it's a brave plan against us to not, to hope that you can get us on the counter, but it's more or less settling for a draw before you start, isn't it?
It is a little bit. I mean, to be honest, York were probably pretty happy with that draw at home at our place.
Certainly were. Another good thing yesterday, 315 fans. Was to say Ken Webster's put 3,015. It was 315. Well done, Colin, down there. You were down there. I've actually got one of the videos that you sent me, so we can a little bit of the atmosphere. So this is what it was like down at York pre-kickoff. So I'm trying to think which one isn't got like the music in. I think it's this one. A magnificent stadium there and a hell of a crowd, over 5,000. It just shows you that club is kind of not a non-league club, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, there's a couple of big, we've been to Oldham and then York, in recent weeks, Rochdale. And both big clubs, aren't they?
Rochdale as well. Went to Rochdale in the FA Trophy.
Chesterfield and all that, you know what I mean? It's interesting. I've been watching there's a lot of discussion on Twitter about 3 up, 3 down, and it just raises some really good points about the standard of the National League. There's a lot of clubs that have to overachieve to get out of this division. Some big clubs in this division.
It certainly is. I mean, there's big clubs out of this division. I mean, we can just look back to the likes of Stockport County went down to the National League North. York did. You've got Yeovil down, Scunthorpe down, in the south, of course. Torquay United. There is big clubs that have struggled in this league just to stay in the league. So it just shows you what we're doing is pretty phenomenal at the moment.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? We can't get a bit like ingrained because you live it daily. You can get really ingrained with a football club and sort of think, oh God, yeah, we're not doing so well. There was a little bit of doom and gloom around yesterday, but you think, yeah, come on, lads, we're fifth. We're playing and playing really good football as we've all talked about. And it's just like, yeah, a bit of a reality check here. 3 years ago you would have snapped your left arm off for this kind of stuff.
Now, I don't know if Ken Webster's had another typo here, but he's put, I won £25 on the 50-50 draw. I'm guessing it might be 250. We'll find out.
I hope so, otherwise York have been very tight.
Yeah, and there's an Oldham fan here. But I'd love to see you see Gateshead promoted, especially if they replace Salford. No local rivalry on there at the moment. But yeah, obviously get your messages in, fully interactive. That's what this show is. It's about you getting your thoughts and views out. You mentioned there before, there's been a little bit of negativity about. There's been a lot of rumor mill about, and we put that in the description. And I'll put up the type of things that we're seeing at the moment online. Also, I mentioned about Ed Francis. He went off injured, so hopefully he is back soon. But the rumor mill has it that MK Dons are after him. I believe these figures are wildly off, so don't believe that. But at the same time, it seems to be strange to how these things get out. This is
there's no smoke without fire.
But what I will say is this is a new Twitter account that has appeared just in the last few days and has started posting transfer stories such as this one as well. So you see, so whoever it is does know something. Don't know where they are, if they're up here or down there, but you've got the, Wern, if you believe the rumor mill, could be imminently joining MK Dons. I've seen rumors of also 1 second of Denanga to MK Dons. Now, is that just lazy journalism, or is there something in it? I don't know. It's an easy thing to do, to say, well, hang on, who were the 3 best players? Who was the ones that was linking everything up? Is he going to go back in for them? It happens all the time. Doesn't matter if it's like, in hindsight, if this had happened in the mid-90s, would Alex Ferguson have took Roy Keane to Liverpool if he was appointed manager? These type of things. I think that's just what they're doing at the minute. But no smoke without fire. It seems to be gathering pace. So we'll see. Keep your eyes peeled on that one. Oh no, he did win third. He did win, but he won the third place prize, and he got.
That's right. Good lad.
The winner got £626 for the first prize.
Right, so, nice. But no, you're right, Dave. It'll keep us talking all month. You know what I mean? There's nothing like gossip in football, is there? Everyone likes to do it. We do it. And it keeps you going on a daily basis until the transfer deadline closes. Some of it will be true, as you said. Some of it will be complete pie in the sky, and it's just because we're ex-managers now managing MK Don, so suddenly he's linked with all our best players. Well, it might be any truth in it. So
yeah, just when we're talking about players as well, congratulations to Aidan Rutledge, who is the Player of the Month for Scott.
Well done. Well done, man.
He's obviously scoring a hatful of goals at the moment and doing well on his loan, and that's what you want to do. Keep his development going down there. And I think
it bloods them in, doesn't it? And that's what it was all about, wasn't it? That's why you send these. I mean, that's why Premiership clubs send Harry Kane off to Lane Orient and all the rest of it, was to make them a better player. So, and he's it gives confidence. It's funny, we'll talk about it.
It's a massive step up. What he's done, even to that level, is a massive step up. He's playing against experienced veterans, ex-pros. It's and he's doing well, and long may that continue. But he's not the finished article. We know that. He's just got to keep polishing his tools, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to be pleased with that, with the way that's loan worked out. Really, it's still going, obviously. And there was calls yesterday getting back, etc. Of course, there's going to be, because he's on form, scoring goals for Scarborough. It was a good fit. It was a good fit for him, good fit for us to get him down there. So it was a good bit of business.
Well, we've got 1 second. Anyway, good night and have a great season. He's had enough of our chat.
Cheers, Chris. Good luck.
Stephen Wern was at the York game watching the lads, so he was injured.
He was injured. That's right.
So we've got Harry. Can we please talk about Denanga's run since Mike left? 0 goals in the league and a penalty miss yesterday. Is it coincidence, levels being low, or something bigger?
Confidence. His confidence is shattered.
We've got Mickey back there. You all right, Mickey?
Hey up, Mickey.
Lads.
Hey up.
We're just recapping the games over Christmas, and someone's asking about Denanga there, so I'll read it out again so you can hear. Can we please talk about Denanga's run of form since Mike left? 0 goals in the league and a penalty miss yesterday. Is it his confidence levels being low, or something bigger?
I think it's confidence.
I mean, don't get us wrong, the lad. I mean, against York, the home game that I seen, obviously, he would never stop moving. He was running all the time to get into space to pull the defenders over because they were being so tight. So I don't think it's a lack of effort at all. But
I remember he was on the bench for the Oldham game as well. Didn't start against Oldham, and I think it's just confidence. It's classic striker stuff, isn't it? If you're scoring, you're buzzing, you're in the right place. I just felt it was confidence, and it was written all over him yesterday. I mean, the penalty, Mickey. I know we were like everybody were really disappointed with the penalty.
I've got the penalty here, courtly of Mr. Steele and his magnificent camera skills. So I mean, I know it's not to rub salt in the wounds or anything, but. On another day, this could have trickled in. The keeper could have overcommitted, and it could have went in the back net where all it went in. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, mate, because I'd already pressed it just as you started talking. But yeah,
I'm glad you muted the chat afterwards, straight afterwards.
I'll tell you what it was. To me, I don't want to see people stroll up in deep penalties like that. I wanted to see them put the foot through the bar. The other team, Hearts, Lawrence Shankman's done 2 in the last couple of games for Hearts, and then Denanga's done that. And I just think if your confidence is high and you think you can get away with it, and but we're 1-0 down, just put your foot through the bar. I've got a lot of time for Denanga, loads of time for the guy here. Some people haven't. I have. To me, that he's short of a goal. He needs a goal, and he should have just wellied that. But I don't need to tell Denanga that. Denanga will probably feel just as shit as we felt watching it yesterday.
Yeah,
so, you're right.
And there's no good caning him online, because that's going to do no good for his confidence neither.
No, not at all. I mean, we said so many times that at this level and the size of our club, it is that there is an equilibrium to be kept where you can't go overboard. You can be a Newcastle or Manchester United fan and rant all day long on social media and nobody will see it. But you're following these players, chances are they might follow you back out of courtesy, and then it's just not the done thing. It's, yes, have a whinge at a performance, but don't single anybody out in a malice way.
Look, everyone's entitled to their opinions.
Of course, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that we still have to be very aware of.
I mean, there was despondency around yesterday, for various reasons, but also we didn't get the rub of the green either. And I know that people are saying the players weren't up to it yesterday, but also there was Mickey, you got to confess, there was 1 or 2 it was just bloody bad luck. The ball didn't go in the net.
Well, I'm not going to blame the referee for our performance, but there were some.
He wasn't great.
There were some tackles we were getting punished for, and they weren't. And the words I used to Steely is he couldn't be more of a homer if you painted him bright yellow. And some of the decisions he made yesterday, I thought, are you for real?
He was inconsistent.
Very inconsistent.
For them as well at times as well. So.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've seen quite a few bad referees this year, haven't we? It's a common
Mr.
theme.
Jackson will go up there. Was it Morley, the one who bottled it against? Who were playing when we got beat? I think it was Morley. I think he's Morley, the one who limped off that day.
Yeah.
He bottled it, didn't he? He's absolute crap now.
So I think it was just a combination of all of this stuff yesterday going on. You know what I mean?
Well, you were spotted, boys. The celebrities were spotted. Good to see you that you were in fine voice. And Spoiler Sports just
trying to keep the singing going, didn't we, Steely?
We did. It was good. I enjoyed it.
It's like the old days.
Mickey, have you been up to anything today?
Yeah, I was watching Boiler and his mates playing football. What Jay was there, my nephew. So
that's a loaded question.
It was pointed
some
question.
canny footballers among them, to be fair. I'm not going to give anyone big heads, but there's some canny ones there.
Yeah. Someone makes a good point here, but it's got Danny Elliott was a master of the stroll up penalty.
He was. He bloody well was.
I'm not going to criticize your commentators too much. I managed to listen to the second half, but they were like, and Rob Elliott, who's the caretaker manager here at Gateshead, is like, I'm sure there was a goalkeeper at Newcastle called Rob Elliott as well. And they're like, yeah. Like, just 1-on-1 didn't make 2 for them. But I've had them moments, so a brain fart can easily happen. Apparently, 1 second.
York were just waiting for us yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. The second goal was classic, wasn't it? They soaked us up for about 10 minutes in the second half and hit us on the. It was the first thing they did in the second half, and that was 1 counter attack and scored. End of the game.
Said it 2 minutes previous to that. We
have to
be careful to lose the ball.
Mr. Luke's put the game says all when the York keeper got man of the match.
He did.
Did he?
He did. Yeah, he got man of the match. Aye.
You're joking.
When
their number 9 went off, me and Steely says, I'm glad they took him off.
Oh, hell aye. He gave us a torrid time, but he got man of the match from announced on the PA system. Aye.
The lady with all the facts has messaged in. She's put Stephanie here. I don't know you were on as I was watching the darts semis with Luke Littler. How's he doing? Is he winning?
Yeah.
Has anyone got a copy of his birth certificate? Doesn't look.
If he's 16, then George Weah must have been 31 when he played in the World Cup for Cameroon.
And can he play centre mid?
Yeah. I think he's about the height of me. I think he's tiny, isn't he? But
he's 16. Come on.
He's still got a growth spurt in him, hasn't he? Got well said, Mickey.
I'm really after yesterday. I'm really looking forward to Chesterfield, mate.
Yeah, well said, Mickey. Marcus definitely needs our support. He's proven he can score goals, so no reason to doubt him. Look, the lad, when we spoke to him on here, and I'm sure people have spoke to him on a match day, and we've seen how he acts with the friends of the show, the Waldens. He took the time out to be with the kids and give out his things there, and get loads of messages from Liv Walden in the background. So if anyone heard them beeps, that's what it is. Christ, slow down, Liv.
All strikers go through this, man. All of them. Everyone goes through this. Has a barren spell, whatever, dipping confidence. It happens to the best of them.
One of the most prolific strikers the Premier League's had, Alan Shearer, went through. A drought at one point. So if Alan Shearer can do it, I'm sure bloody Denanga can.
Exactly. Well, Langstaff at the beginning of this season wasn't really scoring goals.
Yeah, look at him now. He can't stop. He scored 5 in the last 2, hasn't he? So
he's got just 18 goals in. Was it 16 goals in 25 games or 18 in 25?
I think it's 19 now. Yeah, it's
95 in however many it is. 110 games or something.
I tell you what, that could be an interesting one for us, actually. Bizarrely, if he's sold, if he moves on,
Yeah. I've got a couple of pictures here from Tabitha Walden. She sent us pictures for us, yes, but to the heed.
Hey,
she's done the bare hand there. If you look on the right hand side.
Yeah.
And then you've got obviously the badge. And then we've got another one here. We go to the Heed Army. Love from Tabitha. There we go. Thank you very much. And there's a little bear at the bottom there. Amazing. Thank you, Tabitha.
And while we're on, I've got to say a massive thank you to Poppy and Tabitha for sending us a video singing "Happy Birthday" to us the other day.
We're going to get into that. So we're going. Me and Davey's going to have to sing in a second. It was Mickey's birthday on Saturday.
I had a good one. Don't ruin it, lads.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Steely?
I'm ready.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mickey. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, lads. That means a lot coming from you too. There was no insults in it, which is quite surprising. Considering on a daily basis, I normally get insulted off yeast too.
It normally is. Also, as well, I'd like to say a big thank you to. I've got a picture here from Charles Waff as well. I'll see if I can get that up. A big well done to everyone at the Gateshead Foundation. I took the family along the Saturday just before Christmas on the 23rd, the breakfast with Santa, and it was very well attended. It was a fantastic morning. And as I say, Joe Watson and the team, they do amazing things. So Steve Thornton was there. I don't want to miss out anybody's names, but if I do, Tracy Wilson and a host of people, the things that they do is absolutely amazing, and it's community based, and it's something to be commended. Of course, we know times are hard at the moment, and they were out there doing it. And who knew Santa was a Heed fan? He had his Gateshead scarf on as well. So well done to everyone at the foundation. And we're hoping to work closely with them
Who
next.
doesn't like Santa Claus, especially even more so if he's a Heed fan?
Yeah, exactly. 1 second, because I listened to the commentary yesterday, and they said at one point they didn't know which way to award a free kick on about the referees. Yeah. And also here we are, we've got I think people need to take a few minutes to put into perspective before they tweet immediately after a game saw one fan questioning Rob's future yesterday after 2 defeats in 9. And I think makes a very good point there.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People just get a bit hot-headed, don't they? Straight after, in the moment, people are sort of messaging out and all that. Just calm down, Howie. Go on.
It happens. Well, let's just put something up on the screen now, right? That'll put it into perspective, right? And we all would have snapped our hands off at this at the beginning of the season to be sitting 5th. Yes, the form isn't the greatest at the minute. It's not the worst. Yeah. Right, and we're sitting 5th in New Year. Yes, it could be better, but let's, as Mickey Scully said, perspective. Yeah. We know we've got a very small budget. We know that we're competing against teams that have, and what Mickey missed out, the conversation that we had about the teams that's in this league. There's an abundance of football league teams in this team, in this league, and we're above them, and we've played better than them this season. And we've just got to realize that, we're doing well. We're punching above our weight. Long may it continue, of course. But, we're not going to be... The dream of promotion is there. Let's not be, if you're in the playoffs, you've got to dream of it. If you're there at this point in the season, you've got to dream of it. Will it be hard? Especially very, very hard. But, it's little old Gateshead. And I know some people don't like that. But it is. We're punching above our weight and we're doing really well. And
look where we were this time last season.
Exactly, completely different set of
We're in the relegation spot. Yeah, we're in bottom 4 last season.
Also, we've been playing out of our skins. Players have been playing well. We've also got the adage that our former manager is now managing a team that's in the playoff in the league too.
Yeah. Well, we did mention that in the build-up about, obviously, what comes with success is attention. And these lads, I think it's been documented, I think, in several places that a lot of these players have come here for maybe less wages of what they could have got somewhere else. And if they get noticed, that's what it's for. And I think I said to Steely and Mickey the other day that, yes, if players do leave, we're getting money for them, and not so long ago we wouldn't have got anything. This is a club. This is a club. This is a club and a squad and a team with value, and that is something to be applauded. Yes, things might be tight, and things like that.
John Shaw, Davey. Sorry to cut across you. Go back to John Shaw. Should have got a fee for that guy. He walked away for free. To Luton.
And Mickey, that used to happen.
6 goals in the season.
Mickey, that used to happen all the time. All the best players. You mentioned one, Davey, the lad who went to Stockport.
Rob Jones, I think we've got a minimum of £500 or £2,000, and that was through like the appeal thing.
Yep.
Now we're in a very different situation, and I'm not being funny. I can't ever remember a time when 3-4 players have been linked with a move from us. It's like, we might have had one standout player, but have a load of players being linked. Just shows you the model is working. Bringing in young, hungry players that have the right attitude.
I look at when I look at League 2 now and see like the results from yesterday. I look at the goal scorers because I think there's 5 or 6 players out there who were playing for us in the last couple of years. In fact, the winner for Carlisle yesterday in League 1 was who was midfielder scored the winner for yesterday. Carlisle yesterday. And I was just thinking, these players were playing for us just in the last couple of seasons.
But Tom White at Barra.
Yeah.
But he obviously was now a player at the time. Luke Armstrong.
The pairs, there's all these players that have come here, whether it's been for loan development or to go and play permanently for us and move on. It just shows you, and what that adds to the melting pot is, if you're a young lad in a team like Barnsley or whatever, you're on the fringes and you get released, you go to Gateshead and work hard, you're going to get noticed. And that's the thing now. Gateshead's got that of saying, well, if you come here and work hard, you will get a move.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Billy Chadwick's been on loan. He's now signed for York. He's gonna say good things about Gateshead if anybody's gonna come here.
Yeah.
You've got Macaulay, who's mentioned Macaulay and Ked have mentioned Ed Francis. get yourself to Gateshead. You love it. They're a great bunch of lads.
Well, to Mayor, you would have Mayor chat to him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, we want to do really well. We want to build strong foundations. But at the minute, this club is not in a position.
Yeah, we can't go balls out and just push for it because
balls out and push for it.
You want the club to survive more than
That's right.
I mean, we talk about where we've come from in such a short period of time. Have we overachieved? Probably yes. Did we have a fantastic manager that got us there? Yes. But we've got to build on that, and we've got to build on it within our own budget. And if selling players to get us over the line is the way to do it, after what happened to us in 2019, if you had said, hang on, 5 years' time, you'd be up there. Maybe you might see the season out, but you're not being a relegation battle. I would be like, oh, now you're talking.
And flogging players for X, Y, and Z.
And also, as well, let's not forget, you're talking about flogging players. You're flogging players that have went on. Obviously, there'll be a sell on for Kedwin Scott. There would be a sell on for Macaulay Langstaff.
Yeah,
these are clubs that are doing very well, and I'm imagine if there's another promotion, there might be another payment coming as well. If we are selling players to, I don't know, obviously we've seen rumours of MK Dons, but you would imagine there'd be something in the contract of the sale that if they get promoted, we get another payment. So if that player adds to their promotion push, so there's layers to this, and we haven't seen that happen to us, like what happened for York when Godfrey went to Everton, where they got like a good few million. But you live in hope. These are young players that are moving on, and
cut across you. There's the perfect example. What's happened to all the money York got off Godfrey?
Look where they are in the league.
Look at the crap they've got themselves in. If Askey hadn't come in when he did, they would probably still be in the National League North.
Yeah.
No,
that's what I'm saying. They got that money in the National League North, So it just shows you how tight margins are, and you can throw money at it. Look at Oldham. I mean, they're turning it around now, but at the beginning of the season they threw a lot of money at that, and their fans still want to change the squad. Mickey, we've got a lot of messages coming in here, saying happy birthday.
Thank you, lads.
We've got. Wouldn't it be nice to see some Denanga soft toys in the kids' hospital? Make them smile. My wife she's having a rest from knitting at the minute.
If she knits anymore, she's gonna have arthritis in them knuckles.
Oh, I was just need some knuckles for punching me in the back of the head when I snore. Archie, what did you think of the game today, Mickey? Obviously, you went and watched the young lads.
Archie, I think you've done the wrong thing wearing a Newcastle top. You should have your Gateshead top on. But I've seen some good footballers there, and it was quite enjoyable, just having a little bit laugh. And it was our GA playing there as well. So that was the main reason I went down to see our GA play.
Well, we've got Patrick Stories put to still be fifth is incredible, really. Just hope we can nail consistency and get playoffs, as it would be incredible. It would. And it's nice to have something to chase over the end of the season, that's what you want. You want to be involved in something, as long as it's not a relegation battle. I heard some rumours about Mayor, Lofthouse, Job. They're all going back to parent clubs. I've heard rumours on that, and they may well be, but I wouldn't believe all of it. Put it that way.
Let's get this out in the open. Yesterday, we walked into York yesterday, and it was just rife with rumours everywhere. Davey Steele will back us up on it.
It was,
we were getting told loads of different things yesterday. This is happening, that's happening, that's happening.
Just gossip. Yeah.
It's people putting 2 and 2 together and getting 20.
Yeah.
Whether it's true or not, time will tell.
Exactly.
But
to
be honest, Archie Bear was rumoured to be going about a month ago. Someone had put up that on Twitter, one of these analysis sites, that Mayor was going back because Norwich had a keeper crisis.
Yeah. And also as well, bear in mind, obviously every club, like we might recall players that we've got off loan because they're doing well. That's where loans work. But also they've come here to learn and develop, and they've done very well. So if their progression has maybe went ahead of schedule, they probably thought, well, let's get them in the Football League,
That's right,
and continue that progression. So
I mean,
we
it's a
can't
good
be
point.
angry if clubs recall players because they've done well. That was
well,
the purpose of the loan.
Well, look at Scarborough. Scarborough fans are probably sitting there now, dreading it, going, "Oh God, Gateshead are going to recall him. They're going to recall him. They're getting him back." So it works, doesn't it? That's what happens with these players.
And obviously going back, Marcus Madison was another one that went on where we had a sell on. Ethan Pye getting rave reviews at Stockport this season. Yeah, he did very well. And also as well, I was happy to see this because obviously there's a bit of lineage. I can't think of the word. History. For Matty Jacob. He made his debut for Hull City yesterday in his granda. Is it 50 years apart or 60 years apart or something? Obviously, his granda.
I was blown away when I seen that today. I was absolutely delighted.
That's championship football as well. That's really good. He was playing. It was at Sheffield Wednesday, wasn't it? In front of 36,000.
Amazing. We've got Ethan Pye was at the Oldham game watching us as well with some fellow Heed fans. Fantastic to see.
Excellent.
Of course, nearby for him. Over that way, got to stay positive and give it their best. The management team do a lot of hard work, and every team has blips now and then. And that's the thing is, because everyone's expectations are high because we have been playing a fantastic brand of football. That just shows you, doesn't it, how far we've come, because everyone's expectations are high because we know on our day we could go down to Chesterfield on the 10th and beat them. But I hope I'm right as well. One sec, we've got loads of messages coming in. Thank you, everyone. If someone told me I'd be 5th going into New Year, definitely have been over the moon with that. We've got any news on the Ed Francis injury? I have heard that it's pretty nasty, but for official things to come out, and hopefully it's not a big recovery. But as I say,
we've been a bit unlucky with injuries, haven't we?
Especially the captain's armband's a bit of a Jonah at the minute. Darren Walden, it's always disappointing to lose our good players, but the facts remain. Gateshead are a club with limited resources. Without these sales, we could end up with no club. What do you choose? Exactly.
Well said, Darren.
I mean, the only time I remember us having value in the team was when you would say was when Neil Aspin came in. He made some very shrewd transfers, players that went on to play at a lot higher level and went off for transfer fees. But that was under a time when we had an abundance of money and a chairman that was prepared to put a lot of money in. This is a different type of squad with value. This is real collateral value that the club has, and it's fantastic. You dreamt about it for years. I remember seeing teams in and around us all my time of being a Gateshead fan where they've sold players, and I'm like, how did they get to sell a player for 100 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand every season? And you're like. And then if you put it into perspective, players do go in this transfer window for the Football League, that is. Obviously, we don't have one. That's adding up to nearly a couple of £100,000 if rumours are to be believed. When you look back at the Kedwin Scotts, the Macaulay Langstaff and Adam Campbell, it's big money. Big money. That's
serious money for Gateshead.
Yeah, that's what's kept the club going. Let's not hide the facts.
Over the last 2 decades before that, say two decades, you're probably not brought in that much money, or in that entire period, is what we're bringing in now.
Yeah,
I can't remember selling players like this, Mickey. I mean,
and also as well, just to skirt over something, I don't know if I pressed it on. I don't think I mentioned. Put it on the screen. 3 consecutive seasons of a crowd over 3,000. 3 consecutive seasons of crowd over 1,000 for the first time ever. Someone on Christmas, it's progress. And you look at the last 3 home games. I mean, I know there was a large contingent of what do you call it? York fans, but there was over 1,000 in the home end, and that's just great. Let's hopefully we can continue, and things like the foundation and soul are a big part to play with that as well. We've got one second. We've got an update on the scores. Luke Little leads, Rob Cross 2 2-1. Yeah, so he's doing well. So he'll have 500 grand if he wins, doesn't he? If he gets to the final and wins, or something like that. So what do you mean 16 with that amount of money? I thought I'd risk with 50 quid. Jacob Chapman made his Huddersfield debut on Friday as well. Saved a pen.
Nice.
Wow. I missed that one. So that's great. It just shows you all these players that have come through.
I'd seen he made his debut. I didn't realise he taped a pen.
Yeah, right. And I still think we're going to Wembley this season. Who knows? I'm not getting carried away. It was, just a daft fact. I asked Busted why players put holes in the back of their socks. I've seen that a lot. Have you? It helps stop cramp, apparently. Must be correct, as I have no cramp and I have a hole in my big toe pokes through my sock. Oh, well played, Charlie. You got us there.
Well
played. Yeah.
We're talking about players we used to sell and things like that. I'm going all the way back to 2000 when I think that's the very, very closest we went to going out of business. When Eric Bell took over the club. One about the Rob Jones one. We got 5,000 for Rob Jones, and I listened to the Cush podcast, and Rob Jones was on that, and he wanted to go. And he basically got in touch with the club and says, "Look, I want to go." So they agreed a minimal fee, but it'd come with a friendly.
Yeah.
And Carlton Palmer said, "Yeah, that's no problem." Because they didn't have it down in writing, Carlton Palmer just went, "Yeah, want nothing to do with it."
Yeah.
Typical. We've got, looking a bit further forward here, of course, we haven't got a game this weekend coming, but we have got a game on the 10th against Chesterfield away, but then straight after that on the 13th, FA Trophy opponents Western-Sutton-Mare should be interesting. They beat Woking after all. Yeah, tough game, but it's a long travel part-time side. They've got to come up here. That's not to say they're not going to raise the game. Yeah, it's a shank. And someone was asking what a shank is. It's a trip. I said something on one comment, and someone goes, "What's a shank?" Yeah. I'm not going to say where I was going to say there. There should be some handsome compensation for Mike as well. Most importantly, money is being reinvested very wisely too. Yeah, I think money just goes to pay the bills. That's what happens. I mean, just before going to that message, you've got to look around about the ecosystem of the Northeast non-league football at the moment. Teams they've got rid of the managers. There's 4. We haven't mentioned that there was 4 casualties.
Yeah,
over the those players. The managers have left. You've got rumor mills going around of South Shields. That money isn't forthcoming there. They're used to being bankrolled. It seems to be. They're getting what they're getting now. It's cut back, and has that filtered through their team? They've seen the 5 defeats in a row. I think for the first time in probably 10 years or something like that. The right around. We all know it's a dear time. Everything's going up, and football clubs will be feeling that as well. So it's Shields, Spenny, Blythe, Darlow all sacked the managers. Of course, Hartlepool, and we've seen Graham Lee leave Marsk, who of course in massive financial trouble. They need 120 grand just to finish the season, let alone next season. So you can see them electing for demotion, can't you? Back to the Northern League if they can. But it's a sad
I've never known it. I've never known a spell like it. Like, you sort of get a manager sacked or whatever, or leaves, but to have like 5 within the space of a couple of weeks,
and so close geographically as well, like to have it all happen.
I don't ever think I've seen so many managers go at the same time.
Nah.
So who's got managers now? So Spenny Moore
and Steve Watson.
Oh, that's right. And
Graham Lee, former guest of the podcast, has been appointed Spennymoor manager today, and I'm sure his dad was Spennymoor manager as well, wasn't he? So that's a nice little link there for the Lee family.
John Shaw's Blythe, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been appointed Blythe, and it looks as if South Shields are going to point from within as well because they don't want to splash any more cash. So it's it just shows you, and also as well here we've another message I was just about to get on about Brandon, but Brandon North Shields come very close to full news too. Both teams not paying wages; they're playing on the grace of anyone that can get to put in a shirt. I think me and Mickey could get a game if we wanted.
I don't know. I'm not really sure my uncle can hold up for 90 minutes.
Well, I'm sure I could sit in goal, literally sit on the goal line. And just watch the balls go by.
He's got the one on the left foot, by the way.
Yeah. As much science behind the holes in the socks with the strips on the nose, another fad that will die soon enough. Yeah, I've tried them for sleeping before. I got my CPAP machine to try and stop the snoring. Didn't work. Didn't work.
I've got one as well. Wax in the front of football shirts.
Oh yeah, they stopped doing that, didn't they? The Vicks on the shirt.
Oh yeah, Vicks.
No,
yeah.
I've got my shirt always comes through with a wax. That's a new fad at the minute as well.
Yeah, that was also tiny shin pads are the fad now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
What's really wearing them if they're the size of like that? Yeah. Unless you're an umpa.
What do you call it? They had to wear them for insurance purposes, but it doesn't seem to be the case these days.
I know of 6 non-league clubs in financial danger because of finance. Doesn't filter down the pyramid. Issues go back to COVID with no income. Yeah.
There'll be more than 6 as well.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of clubs that are hiding it, that are, hand to mouth and get themselves through. Tiny shin pads, no one is allowed to tackle now. A good, fair point, but you'll still put your shin bone through your sock. And we've got Steve Watson's Black and White Army down there. Ian Barron, of course, he's a Darlow fan that listens in.
Oh, yeah.
Happy New Year to him. He sent a Happy New Year as well. And so as I say, we haven't got a game coming up this weekend. But if anything big happens, or if there's any transfer movement, we might have a podcast in between. But look, if players do go, look, if we're getting paid for them, it's not the end of the world. It's keeping the world turning. That's the way we've got to look at it. And as I say,
the Lasses have got a game on Sunday, but like,
tell you, I've actually 1 second. I didn't get it, but I'm going to get it up now. 1 second. We have another bit. Oh, you beat us to it. You beat us to it. There she is.
Mickey.
There we go. Happy birthday, Carly Salmon. There we go. And so, who are they playing this weekend, Mickey?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
There we go. That was a good advert. So,
didn't you get a photograph from? Did you get a photograph from Charlie?
I did, but I can't. The problem is when I'll try and get it when I get them sent on Twitter. I will see if I can get it downloaded. The problem is with them, they don't save as the right file for some reason.
No,
I've got it here. Let's see.
The one I sent you when we were in the van. Surely.
Hang on. It might work this time. 1 second. I'm getting there. But a big thank you to everyone that subscribed over Christmas. We've had, I think, about 4 or 5 when we weren't doing shows. So a big thank you to them people that's done it. It always helps.
They prefer when we're off here.
The case, doesn't it?
More positive.
That is a positive.
Right, so what's the next game then? So is it Wednesday night against Chesterfield?
It is, yes.
Week today.
Are you there, Steely? Are you?
Yes, I'm going to the Chesterfield game. Well,
I'll see you doing there.
I'll see you doing there. What you thinking, Mickey? Or do you think we'll get on?
I'll reserve judgment until nearer the time, mate.
Well, that won't work. That one, I can't get it on. Sorry, Charlie, but he did put a Happy New Year from us sitting behind the commentary desk where he used to dived on to get the photo. I didn't know it was happening until it happened, but and we've got 1 second.
Down to Charlie to get it done.
You did.
Right, let's have a little look about here. We've got a couple more. We've got here. Surprised, say so many Northeast non-league clubs change managers. Looking good for most of these clubs. Yeah, most of them are doing all right, to be honest, apart from Darlington and, well, obviously Marsk. They've lost their manager. It's Norton and Stockton. They're playing on Saturday at home. So there we go. Thank you, Johnny Gray. And apparently, hang on, Charlie's not going to let us get away with this. He sent it via email. So
there you go.
I'll get this picture up. Of course, all the beautiful pictures.
Is this one with Davey's head making it look really big? Do you look like you've got a big head, Davey, on this photograph?
You see where I put in the van?
Yeah, I did. I haven't got the Charlie. That email hasn't come through yet. 1 second, so I'm waiting.
Davey's losing his touch here.
I've lost my touch, but I was going to say is if y'all just joined it late, remember to share the podcast, and I think that might have been it there. I would have heard a ting
pinging in.
No, it's Thomas Boyle sent a direct message as well. He sent a picture. I can't get that up either because I can't get the pictures off Twitter or X as they call it these days. Down with the but no. What's that, Davies? Yeah, I know. Boiler Sports is just sent the van one via Twitter, but I can't get them off Twitter. But yeah, no. Big thank you to everyone. I was, of course, for joining us. Remember to share the podcast. Sorry, we haven't been on over Christmas, but nice to have a little break and spend it with the family.
Yeah.
I say, Mickey,
did you not just give them your phone number and we'll just send it via text?
No, we'll not do that. Remember, we used to have obviously for people that are new at the podcast, we used to have a pay-as-you-go phone with the number that we put out for people to ring up the show, and that phone just went missing. I don't know where it is. I've got a feeling it might be under the fridge. I think that's the only place it can be if it's fell and slid along there. So we might get phone calls back onto the show, but I'm not doing it via my phone number. I'm not that daft. So yeah. Apparently, 1 second. Not having a dig at Kenton Richardson, but he needs to up his his tunes on a match day. The tunes at York they were playing were so much better. So Ken, you need to get some, because there's been appeals for people to put Hey Jude for when Gateshead come out.
That was on, wasn't it, just before we came out yesterday? Yeah. So obviously we just all joined in. It was brilliant.
Yeah, well, that email
good
hasn't
atmosphere.
come through.
Really good atmosphere at York yesterday. Well, I've said it millions of times. How many times has a good dude been spoiled by 90 minutes of football?
No. And also as well, obviously, did you see the tornado? A place we've all been in Steely Bridge, of all places.
What?
It's Steely Bridge.
There was a tornado in Steely Bridge in between Christmas and New Year where it ripped the roofs off the houses and stuff. In one street.
I used to like playing Steely Bridge Celtic.
Steely Bridge Celtic. These things always seem to happen somewhere. When you've been somewhere, and then all of a sudden it's in the news within the next few months.
Just cropped up.
Like you go to Hyde, and then all of a sudden Harold Shipman. So
I could tell a story, but it's in bad taste. And
it is in bad taste. And
Evan Goldson, God bless him.
Yeah,
I won't share it.
That's not your name, Mickey.
I will tell him. It's so funny.
Oh, hey, there's always one, isn't there? Your phone might be in the fridge disguised as chocolate.
Yeah.
What a funny man.
But why is it not in the cupboard?
Yeah, but actually, I tell you what, I can share this one here. I'm not. One second. Here we are. Share this tab instead, and I put it on the screen. There we are. Got there in the end.
Hey.
My head isn't that big. It's just I had my hat on top of my headphones to keep us warm. So, yeah. But on that note, lads, great show. We'll keep it going. We'll move into the new year, and hopefully things improve on the pitch. Get a couple of wins under our belt. Go down Chesterfield, beat them 7-0. Show them what it's all about. And, Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your uncle.
I've got to say this before we go over. I heard Rob's interview yesterday. We said we're doing everything but score. I just thought, it's all about opinions, and I love Rob to bits. I want him to stay, but I just totally disagreed with him yesterday. I have to say that.
Well, he's not going to tell the truth in front of a blinking press. He's not going to say that we're rubbish. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I wasn't saying they were rubbish. I just think we played in front of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll leave the last message here to our resident Darlow fan, Ian Barron. He's put Darlow's new song is "The Only Way Is Up." Well, unless you don't win any games, then you can't go down. So there we go.
To be honest, Ian, it'll be a travesty to Darlow to go down.
It will. Good luck, Luke. Massive club
in the National League as we can get it. It's absolutely. We've said it for years when we're the only one there. We've got Hartlepool at the minute. Why we didn't play Hartlepool over Christmas and New Year, I'll never know.
No.
But
crazy. It is.
Get Darlow back up.
More the merrier up there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, on that note, everybody, we'll see you next time. We'll announce another podcast if there's any big news or transfers, comings and goings. We'll be able to talk about it here. But
Davey, you're not getting a transfer, are you?
No. I've turned down a move to Chorley FM.
Just checking.
I don't think anyone would take
do
us.
the podcast next week. I can't do next Thursday, I think it is.
All right, well,
better.
We'll find out. But on that note,
Wednesday.
Yeah, have a nice week, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Christmas chocolates that you've got left in the fridge. Right.
And to everybody else out there, all the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's everyone.
See you later. Bye.